Hello YouTube! I am Pinstar and this is Pinstar Plays Drop Duchy episode 3. So we are about to confront the second boss. So let's reassess what we have here. And see what we can upgrade. We have a lot of resources, like a lot of resources. Now we could sink some into the third level of treadmill crane, which will make the upgrade costs for everything else much better. And I'm tempted to do that. You know, spend some now, save some later, and yeah, we've got excesses here. Now that will deny us, well, we might not be able to do the watchtower, but let's give it a try. Let's do treadmill crane level 3. And that makes all of the, again, it's the building upgrade. So things like heavy plow, strength in numbers, those are techs. Those are not cheaper. But our watchtower is within range, certainly. Actually that's the only building one. So yeah, let's do our watchtower, get it cheaper. And oh, we have enough food and whatnot. Well, hang on, before we go in here. All right, we have unlocked all of our other stuff. All of our slots, rather. We're in a really good shape here. And all of our buildings are being played, so we don't need to worry about swapping stuff out. So yeah, no reason not to do strength in numbers here. No reason not to do strength in numbers here. The other thing that we can do, since we have excess gold can be used to heal yourself. And this can be a tricky boss depending on how you build it, but no reason with that much gold in excess, no reason not to heal to full. Because we do make a metric F ton of money. Now, some of this may be a little bit dicey, and I mean, the stonecutters do it well, but we have more than enough stone, so we might cut that at a later date, but for now you may say, like, what kind of boss has no enemies? Oh, there's enemies in this boss, trust me. So the way this boss works is that these towers, this, and this, all have sight lines, and you can see what squares are in their sight lines. They're looking out for us. Now, if we drop a normal terrain in their sight lines, they don't care. That's fine. In fact, we want to drop regular terrain there. But if we drop a building on a tile, or covering one of these tiles, they will go on alert and gain 20 strength. And then at the end of this, we just have to fight all of the strength gained by the towers plus the keep itself, which is 120. So it's already, and there's no way to lower this 120 by itself. So we need to build up to at least 120 strength to begin with. But then going from there, we need to get even stronger. Let me assess my pieces here. Yeah, okay, yeah. You know what? We're gonna do mountains in the middle here. So we'll just drop this over here. I'm gonna save the watchtower. It's level 3. It's very important. It can be very strong, but it's not gonna be great right now. We need to build up some planes for it to pop off, and then we want to try and sneak it into a tile that is not seen by the towers. This barracks can go fine, actually, as long as we sneak it into a spot that is not watched by the towers. I could slip the barracks like right here, because we have this long piece coming up that can fill in this side panel here. And the fluvial guard. Fluvial guard can go right here, and we'll start drawing stuff up this lane right here. Let me try and think of the best. Yeah, we can put this here, and we can maybe start doing some, like, building up some planes over here. So if we put you here, we can sneak the Actually, we could do something like this and sneak the watchtower in here. That could be good. Alright, this we know is going to go right here. And the fluvial guard we know is going to go right here, since we have this connected. And yeah, we want to continue this river. So let's sneak this watchtower in here. Stonecutter. All right. Well, if I sneak Stonecutter down here, we're gonna get some stone. It is, however, going to make them stronger, but it's gonna get stronger from the river and the fluvial. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna risk. Yeah. Oh, they nerfed it. They nerfed it. This boss used to gain 20 off of every time you triggered their stuff. And honestly, this boss of the 3 bosses was actually the hardest of the 3 because of that. But no, I guess they didn't, listen to the feedback and said, it's like, oh, maybe this boss is a little bit too dicey. There we go. More fluvial goodness. The Burgomaster. Alright, so Burgomaster can go over here. We do a fortified farm here. Burgomaster here. And then, yeah, we throw a few more. Boom, 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 boom. That makes you stronger. Yeah, let's do that, because that will turn it into more fields. That will get stronger for you. And then the Burgomaster is going to make us a whole butt ton of money, which is exactly what we want, because that's going to boost up the barracks. We haven't actually cleared any lines yet, but yeah, boom. Yeah, you know what? Let's start building some stuff up and clearing some lines. All right, bridge. Bridge can go like right here. We could throw a carpenter right here. Oh, that was, yeah, I forgot that's considered. Oh, all right, fine. Right, carpenter right here. Which case, yeah, we do this right here. We'll get more from the Burgomaster. Convert all of those to plains, or to fields rather. And then that makes our mercenaries stronger. Yeah, we'll do that, because we're going to do the carpenter right here. 1, 2, 3. That was a strong carpenter right there. And we managed to dodge the thing. And, oh yeah, we got some extra stone out of the deal too. Yeah. We do need more just raw river tiles. Because we need to hit that minimum flow. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we wanted to trigger the bridge so that we get our money income, so that we trigger the barracks. And yeah, if we top it off, then no good. We do want to get a few more lines cleared here, if possible, but we're going to have to drop one of these. So this can efficiently plug here. This can efficiently plug here, but we don't have anywhere really to stall, is the problem. Otherwise, I could clear both of these lines. So I don't know if we're actually going to get our row clears here. In which case, we just go for the field conversions. Because that buffs the Burgomaster. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any more line clears here, which is fine. Yeah, we get the extra 200 since we didn't have anything on there, and I think we're going to be okay. Now the other thing we have, strength in numbers when merging groups of the same type. So we want to add our axes together to each other first. So axe, and then they're going to convert. But at least we get a numbers increase when we add both of our axes together. And then we'll take out them, and then let's do it. Since these guys are generic, it does not matter what weapon type we are wielding when we attack them. It's going to be 1-to-1, and we succeed. All right. Not too shabby. River Castle. Minimum flow, record 2 for each connected river. Each square counts as a field that gains 40 when exploited. Or explored, rather. We don't need any more wood. You know what? Let me grab exploited lands here. Act 2 boss defeated. Yeah, we can ditch the mountains. Because we don't have anything, our stone cutter doesn't actually depend on mountains. It produces us stone without needing mountains. And I don't think any of our other stuff, yeah, we need the rivers. Rivers are key, plains are key. And we already ditched the forest because we had yeah, let's ditch the mountains. We don't need mountains anymore. Now, the terrain that replaces mountains is wastelands, and wastelands doesn't synergize off of anything and doesn't provide us any resources. It is deliberately a worse terrain. But we had no choice. We have to adapt that terrain when we get into Act 3. All right, let's see what we get here at the university. Modifies cards or a tech card of any type. Modifies cards. Reduce. Okay. So, I mean, most of our stuff that we have is asking for tech. So let's printing press. Ooh, look at that river. That's a big river. I like that. So yeah, we have hardly any food here, which is why I took exploited lands. Let's get the exploited lands. We'll get heavy plow. And we'll get garden too while we're at it. Little tech discounts here and there. All right, Heretic's Lair. These things, even though so faith is a metric that we haven't really been interacting with. However, it nonetheless can harm us here. So faith gives you a flat percentage bonus to all of your resource gains at the end of the map. If we were investing in it, we're not. However, negative faith does the opposite. It gives you a flat percentage penalty to your resources gained. So that's what these heretics layers are going to do to us. And then training camps are just training camps. We got to be careful with their placement. All right, stone cutter. I don't think we need more stone. So I'm going to cut the stone cutter, put in exploited land so we can get some I'm not going to delete the stone cutter by any means. All right, we want to keep all of the rivers close to each other. Yeah, see, it has a faith output because it knows we can modify our faith because of the enemies, not because of us. And then we'll do plains on the other side here. And then, yeah, we've got this crap here, this wasteland tiles. These provide no resources, no synergy bonuses, but what are you going to do? All right, there's the heretics layer. So lose 2 faith for each aligned building, any building. So we got to keep these. This is going to be kind of tricky because the training camps want to be aligned with things too. So we got to thread some needles here. We got to do like diagonal placement of the enemy buildings here, just to be careful. All right, I'm going to put this here. We put that up here to keep the river going. Kind of want to do the heretics. I'm going to see if I can't sneak that under. Let's try the other. All right, it's not going to give it to me. So we hot swap it for the training camp. This one I know I can sneak under there. And then the heretics lair. Yeah, it does its thing in the middle, so we can slot it right here and it will not interact with the training camp, and the training camp will not interact with it. All right, you can go right here. I should have put you facing straight up. All right, Fluvial Guard. Part of me wants to get the river going across here. Yeah, Fluvial Guard can go here safely. I mean, these are already fields. They do not need to be more fields. Carpenter's going to be a little bit tricky. We can do a carpenter here. It's gonna trigger the heretics lair, but it's not the end of the world to trigger them a couple times. Yep, -2 faith. Yeah, let's plug this up and get a 4 here. Boom, 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 boom. Ugh. All right, we can. No, that training camp buffs the other training camp. Can't do that. We want to connect the 2 rivers here so that we can spread our Fluvial Guard goodness. I guess we could do this. Not my favorite. And then, yeah, we can do this over here. Tuck this away. So this will get us closer. And then it'll be fairly easy to connect this up. What are you, Burgomaster? Ooh. I kind of sealed off all of my stuff. Burgomaster is going to need to hop over here for a hot minute. Burgomaster is going to be kind of weak. We could slap the Burgomaster over here. Yeah, that's actually fine. Because then the Fluvial Guard will buff it. It's not going to make us any money, but it will get us some wood. All right, you know what? You can go right here. This will connect up the two rivers. Huh. Oh, you already sent your troops there. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, we definitely want these part of the river. All right, I think we put you here. And then throw you here. Heretic's Lair. So that's going to trigger twice. Oh, right here actually threads the needle. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It is going to thread the needle. All right, not quite completely threads the needle, but that's still pretty good. There's our bridge, and that's going to be a good bridge. If we leave out a space here, we can throw the bridge here, and that'll hook everything else up. Yeah, we can do that. Boom! We could do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Just keep making some money here. Place the last of our river tiles. This is one of those big 50% river maps, so that bridge is doing work for us. And then we'll clear some lines. There we go. All right, I think we can handle this pretty good. Now remember, combine the same types of forces here, which is really good for fluvial. So we take out their swords, and then yeah, we'll just throw that into there. Yeah, every time we do axe to axe, they get bigger. Turn them into swords. Swords clean up the arrows. And we only have -2 faith. So a slight penalty to our resource gains, but nothing bad. We can handle that. Yeah, we lost that money in resources because of our negative faith. That's not a permanent thing. From the sea, river stations adjacent to the grid border gain. Ooh. Yeah, I'll take from the sea. All right, I would have liked to have the food depot, but yeah. I'm not going to take the health hit here. We'll just take the freebies. Boosts combat or any type. Well, let's see what we can do with combat. Military surrounded by rivers gain 15. Interesting. Or increase our max health. We'll go moat. We have lots of rivers. All right, 40 and 40 or 50, 25. I mean, how can you not? All right, let's do some upgrades. Printing press, because that will make everything, all the other tech upgrades cheaper. Wheelbarrow is good. Heavy plow is actually pretty important. More important than garden, I'd say. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, wood is our bottleneck right now. Alright, let me see. Alarm tower, easy peasy. Siege camp, strategic pavilion, training camp. So we got to be careful with the placements once again, but nothing we can't handle. Alright, yeah, and we want rivers. Now we want to make sure that rivers are very much adjacent to the edges here. And also, again, we want most of our buildings along the river, so when we hit a fluvial, we'll be good. So we're going to put this plains over here. Enemy training camp can go down here. I'm going to put my barracks down here. I'm going to reserve that one. Strategic pavilion, we can sneak over here. That very carefully dodges any interaction with the training camp. Ooh, I wonder if I put a siege camp by my barracks before it's gained any money, that there's no guys for it to nerf. And then it'll gain guys afterwards. That's actually probably a good idea. Like if we put you something like up here, we can easily fill this in. Although if we put any more of our troops up there, it'll be problematic. If we put you down here, you're going to get a little bit stronger from the training camp. Alright, fine, we'll do it. Oh, dang it! It was a delayed reaction. Oh well. Alright, we can do carpenter, and then we can do exploited lands here, because that counts as a building. And then we can slap a burgomaster on top of it, and burgomaster will like the fields to begin with. There we go. Much needed lumber. And then this will add to our lumber. And give some much needed grain. Alright, good. That doesn't keep triggering. Yeah, we can burgomaster over here and then throw this on top of it. And the burgomaster being next to the water will be good for fluvial later. And then these, we'll just need to make sure we put our fortified farm down here. Yeah, we put you against the wall here. This S piece is facing the wrong way, infuriatingly, though. Yeah, we'll have to go. We'll make it work. This is going to go down here. There's our fluvial. We can actually slip the fluvial in right here. Yeah, we need our fortified farm up here. We could throw a plains on top of it, just to fit it. It kind of denies us the... but this is, yeah, that's too awkward of a place. Alright, I'm going to have to do this. I'm not going to like it, though. But, Alright, so if we throw you here, we might be able to put our fortified farm like up here. That will reach down to the Burgomaster. And then we'll find something to sneak. Probably our watchtower, actually. Our watchtower going there would be pretty good. Yeah, we'll do this because we can sneak our... Fluvial goes over here. Wow, it even gives stuff to our exploited lands. That's pretty good, actually. And we can sneak the bridge up there. This can get snuck in right here. That's pretty good. Here's our fortified, which we can sneak in down here. That will link up all of those. Buff that. Buff... Yeah, get goodies from there. Buff our Burgomaster, which will then buff our mercenaries. We throw the bridge over here. Bridge will instantly pay off. We need a line piece. Alarm tower going right here actually works because this, while it has troops, it is not a military building. We'll throw this junk over here. Is there a good healthy place for this? Not particularly. It's facing the wrong way. Yeah, we can put a cap on you, like up here. I think, yeah, there's our line piece that we need. So I'm okay capping the river here. And I'm okay, it's a training camp. It'll buff it with the training camp, but that's, let me ponder. This will trigger it from the fortified farm. It's going to be hard to place this in a way that doesn't buff it. But it will trigger our carpenter an extra time. This can get snuck in like right here. Yeah, we're going to have a 1 for right here, but that's okay. Yeah, do that. That's fine. More gold for the Burgomaster. Oh yeah, we get 30 from Wheelbarrow. We get 30 every time we clear a singleton line. Yeah, we can get one more line over here. $200 because we played out all the enemy troops. Oh yeah, if ever you have a thing that is completely surrounded by rivers, the moat. I forgot about the moat. So the Fluvial Guard got those. I completely forgot about the moat. But hey, happy accident. All right, so let's add together all of our axes. Smash their swords. Actually, no, hang on. So they have axes. So we're going to start with our arrows hitting their swords. Our arrows hitting their axes. Then we go to axe, hit their arrows, hit our swords, hit their... Wait, hang on. Stop. Let me ponder this, because they do have a fair number of axes, which are good against my swords. All right, I'm gonna get the most out of my... Actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go axes into arrows to turn them into arrows. Then we go and hit both of their axes. Then we go and replenish. Hopefully that they've been whittled down to axes. Then we hit the swords. Then we hit that, then we hit that. If my math is wrong, then this is going to be a little bit sloppy. All right, good. They got whittled down enough to where the axes took over, which is exactly what we wanted. Much better. Beautiful. Tons of resources. Lucky finds. Here it goes. The first two wastelands turned into a piece of... Ooh, I like that. Get rid of these stupid wasteland pieces. Alright. So wheelbarrow is important. Irrigation is absolutely important. From the sea is important. Not enough for moat, but moat's kind of a sort of an edge case here. And yeah, once again, wood is our thing, but our carpenter's doing hard work. All right, mostly plains here. Yeah, very little rivers. All right, new enemy type, Raider Colony, transforms adjacent plains, forests, and rivers into wastelands and then loses strength. So they start out with a lot of strength. Actually, that's anti-synergistic with their rally points and whatnot. So we can use that to eat all of the plains tiles near these guys so that they don't gain benefits. Yeah, there we go. So you put this over here. We put you here. That eats those and lowers their strength because they're out busy raiding. And then we put this on top of you. Chomps those. And then we put you here. And yeah, these have all been turned to ash. Ooh, turned you into river. I'm gonna save you for a hot minute. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna fluvial guard and wait for like a river piece to come salvage you. Although no, we can do better than that. We could just start the river up here. I don't think this will eat the production from here. Nope. And then we barracks here so they get attached to the fluvial. And yeah, there you go. Turn you into plains. There's our fortified farm. Yeah, we're not going to get many. I don't want a long piece this. Fortified farm over here seems kind of bad. Oh, but I will long piece over here. Yeah, we go here, and then we'll use a river piece to bridge the gap. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this will work perfectly. We bridge the gap here. And then we nestle a fluvial right there in that little pocket. All right, this watchtower is going to go here. I might throw the bridge down here. And then just hook up one more river piece. I don't know if the bridge is actually going to pop off, but we'll give it a try. Get all those converted. We're going to have one hell of a burgomaster out. That's for darn sure. Yeah, because this bridge is not going to trigger either of the planes desiring. I probably could have put the wasteland right there. That would have probably been a little bit better. Give me some rivers. I mean, I don't even know if the bridge is going to pop off at all, really. Because I don't think we're going to have enough river pieces to trigger it. We're going to save that for a hot minute. This would hard cap our river. And we can get the boost. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to link these up. That's okay. Yeah, no, I don't. This'll have to do for a minute. Because I want to get this in here. That should get the moat bonus for fluvial. Burgomaster right there is exactly what we need. That's going to be a hell of a Burgomaster. And actually, if we can sneak... Yeah, I guess this is okay. Actually, if we put this watchtower here, we'll convert these two to fields as well. It's not that great of a coverage, but it'll help our Burgomaster out. Ugh, really weak Carpenter, though. But at least he'll get Burgoed. And we can use you to trigger from off of Raider Company. Yeah, wheelbarrow going crazy here. Yeah, we'll give you that. That way we get our bonus at the end. We trigger the carpenter one more time. Yeah, give you a little bit more strength. I don't think you can trigger off of... Oh, you can. You can deplete the rivers. All right. Because, yeah, we're not going to get any more triggers off of you. Or any more explorers. So, might as well let them sap the rivers. Let's fight. All right, what do we got here? We got tons of arrows here. We got tons of axes. So we're going to need to buff up our... If we add these two axes together, then add them to our arrows. That shouldn't overwhelm the arrows. And then we can start sniping the axes. We'll finish off to here, to here, to here. Let's see how that works. Yeah, just barely doesn't overwhelm the arrows. So now we have 99. And finish you guys off. Bam. Strategic pavilion for each adjacent military building. Nah. Town, on the other hand. Town can go a little bit nutty. What would we swap out for town, though? Like, what's not pulling its weight here? Exploited lands, maybe? Because we need to cut a building in order to do town. We want to keep bridge. We definitely need to keep fluvial. We definitely need to keep barracks. We definitely need to keep burgomaster. We definitely need to keep fortified farm. We definitely need to keep carpenter. Watchtower is good, but I don't want to cut it. So I don't think we can. I don't think we can do town as much as I want to. So we'll take strong defender. All right, trading fair for resources or refill defenses or upgrade a card. So what we do with this is we're going to do upgrade a card, because if you have at least 3 level 2 cards, one of them will get upgraded for free. Well, not for free, you have to pay for it. And yeah, refilling defense is a waste. All right, strong defender got upgraded. Now we can sink the rest of our cash money into maxing our health. And yeah, let's go do battle with the dungeon. So this fight is interesting. So yes, there's no enemies this time, but this one's different. Let me explain. So first off, there's 2 mechanics at play here. If you drop a tile where any of these symbols are, they will gain 10. So similar to the keep, but these symbols change places every single turn. So it's not like all of these lines are permanently trapped. The other thing is that you have to generate enough resources to bribe the mercenaries. Otherwise, they will get added to your deck and go onto the side of the enemy. So this enemy will get stronger by quite a few troops if you don't pay off the bribes quickly enough. So I'm going to start off, with a reserve. We can drop you here. Actually, we're going to drop you here. All right, looking at what we have here, we'll go for the fortified here. You're going to convert the rest. We do need to get something. Yeah, unfortunately, these are a little bit too tall for us. We could do all of our rivers up on the other side. Like, we can make all of our rivers on this side. That might actually be the smart move. In fact, let's get to the edges, because if we can clear one line, we'll have enough to pay off this initial bribe. And also, these things will trigger no matter what. Like, even if you put regular terrain down there, it'll trigger. So, yeah, you got to be careful with that. All right, yeah, I think this is the good move here. And yeah, this down here will clear a line for us, and that should pay off enough bribe. All right, luckily it only triggers once per thing, so I'm gonna eat the trap bonus here, just to make sure that we get this placement placed properly. All right, so yeah, the trap gives them 20, but this is the final boss. This is fine. All right, and yeah, we paid off 2 of them actually, so we're in good shape. All right, barracks we want fluvial guard here, and actually we want exploited lands over here too. I don't want to waste our thing, so we're gonna have to feed him a little bit. But at the very least, we're producing ample resources so that. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. We can dump you over here. Either way you slice it, like, I really want this to be part of the river area, even though, you know, because this already turns them into fields, so we're going to have to feed them again with the trap. Plenty of resources, though. That's fantastic. We can drop this right here. Ooh. Burgomaster is going to go down over here on the wheat side. Ooh, yeah, I forgot about you. You're quite welcome to go over here. Burgomaster. Yeah, Burgomaster is great. Boom! 228 bucks. And that clears. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, good enough. One more tick. Carpenter. We miss out on all of these, unfortunately, but a carpenter right here will have some upside. There's Watchtower. Watchtower's going on the wheat side for certain. Yeah, we can put this here. It doesn't need to be the carpenter just yet. Watchtower going right here would be fantastic. Carpenter along the line here. And actually, Carpenter will turn 2 of these tiles into wheat fields because of the garden ability. Yeah, not a lot of... But I think I mean, 71 turns left to pay off. I think we're going to be okay. Resource-wise. There we go. Nice big, you know, we want to make sure that we have this line. Ooh, you're... Alright, I think we have no choice but to trigger them. Yeah, we'll go like this. Alright, that's the end of the free ride, unfortunately. We'll just stack you up here, because we know we have a block coming up. Ooh, bridge. Alright, we want to make sure we get the bridge in there. That's going to be... Actually, I should have just swapped to the... Yeah, actually, yeah, this line piece will be perfect. This is exactly what we want. Man, where's my fluvial guard? There it is. And of course they're going to line up there. I mean, we don't have much of a choice. This will get in range with our carpenter. And also go absolutely nuts with our... We can sneak that in there. Or the fluvial. We can also sneak this in here. Yeah, I guess we'll make it a topper because we can put that one over here. Oddly enough, only 2 things. I guess we could have put the fluvial here and that would have hit the carpenter. But at this point, like, I don't know if extra carpenter ticks is going to help us out. Yeah, we're going to have to hit them either way. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one of my buildings. But I don't think I am. We'll stick you over here. We'll sneak you over here. Yeah, I guess we have all of our buildings. You can go over here. I want to be able to clear these lines. But that's not going to do it. If we're going to do this cleanly, we're going to have to buff them a little bit. And to be clear, the cleared lines are specifically there to make my other guys stronger here. We're going to have to give them one more buff, but that's going to give us 2 more clears. Time to fight. Okay, we didn't get a lot of fluvial bonuses here, but that's okay. And it doesn't really matter what flavor we get. So we just do axe to axe. We do axe to axe to increase their numbers, and then gather our forces and go to town. What's funny is our mercenary camp, or our barracks, could just solo them to begin with. Alright. Boss defeated. Victory! Ooh, and a high score too. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, it's been Pinstar signing out. See ya!